Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bridget and this is my financial journey. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so glad that y'all are here. Okay, so today we're going to be updating my debt snowball tracker or my overall just debt journey for the month of January and see how much progress I was able to make. But first off, I kind of just wanted to talk through some of the things that happened in January. So during the month of January, I started my new job, which is a temporary job that I'm going to be at for the next 3 to 4 months. And I also started my spring semester of my graduate program. I've talked a bit about it in some of my other videos on how I am continuing to take out student loans in order to consolidate some of my private loans. So I have 2 private loans with Wells Fargo. They total about, or actually it's this 2250 or this 2241 and this 13220. I accidentally flipped these numbers, but let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, I don't know how to zoom in on this phone. Ooh, okay, that works. So those have a pretty high interest rate, and I'm going to continue to take out federal student loans in order to consolidate those private loans into federal loans. I took out these loans for a private university that I attended for a couple years, and it wasn't the smartest decision, but I am, taking the steps to deal with the mess that I made. So because I'm continuing to take out student loans, I got my refund for the spring semester. And for some reason, my federal loans dispersed and I got that refund, but I'm still waiting on a couple scholarships to go through. So I have not received that money yet. So my tuition for the spring semester was completely covered by the student loans. So for the semester, I received $10,250 in student loans. I'm just checking that the camera's in frame. And I received a refund, which I listed down here, of $5,247.79. So that means that my tuition for the spring semester was, oh, nope, that's not right. Oh, you know what? I think that is right. Okay. I think I did something else wrong. So 5,247.79. So my tuition for the spring semester came out to $5,002.21. That's without any scholarships or grants. I'm waiting on a couple scholarships, and then basically the refund that I received that did not go towards my tuition, which was this $5,247.79, I applied that to my higher interest rates, my debts with higher interest rates. So I put $28.55 towards my Amazon credit card, and then $2,392.37 towards my Wells Fargo loan number 2, which is the one with the higher balance, which I originally was going to put it towards my Wells Fargo number 1 just to close out the loan and pay it off completely, but the interest on this loan accrues a lot. And kind of the beauty of the debt snowball is that you have those small wins. So I know that I'll be able to pay off this $22.41 fairly quickly within the next couple months. Whereas if I paid this one off completely and I just had this giant $13,000 loan, then it would be a lot more daunting to take on. So there's that off the back. I'm not counting these as additional debt payments, because they're not. It's just a debt transfer. Everything that I list on my additional debt are actual additional payments that I made with my income. So let's go ahead and get started after that long-winded intro. And actually, I just thought of something else. So one of my main financial goals for the year is to cash flow my tuition. And so I know that I have quite a bit new subscribers, which I'm so excited that y'all are here, but I'm going to go ahead and try to explain it as best as possible. So this $5,002.21, that is something that I want to pay in additional debt payments throughout the semester. And so in my head, I am technically cash flowing my tuition while still benefiting from the low, well, right now it's at 0% interest rate. So I made this little tracker, which I'm now realizing is wrong. This shouldn't actually be the loan distribution. This should be the tuition that the loan covered. So it should be this $5,002. It's not that big of a difference, so I don't think I'll make a big deal out of it. But basically, I'm tracking the additional payment that I make with my income and, lowering it down to zero so that I'm tracking that I'm actually, paying, or I'm actually cash flowing my tuition. So there's that. And I think there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Hopefully it comes back. Oh, actually, so I think I should be able to pay off or cash flow my tuition completely during the month of February, because I have already filed my taxes, so I know how much I'm getting back in taxes. And I also didn't receive any stimulus checks in 2020, so I claimed those on my taxes. And I do have that scholarship that's going to be dispersed at some point, hopefully soon. And so that'll definitely really help me cash flow my tuition. But okay, let's get started. Okay, so let's see. So for my Amazon card, I did put this $2,855.42 from my loan. I'm not counting that as an additional payment, but I did make additional payments of, let's see, the first one was $116. And do I have the second one? I might just lump them together because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make too much of a difference. My second payment was for $400. This $400 I actually split up between my Amazon and my Wells Fargo one, but I think just for the purpose of this, since I don't have the exact number on me right now, I'm going to say I put 116. Actually, I do remember. It was only a little bit. It was like $48. So 116 plus 48. I actually put 164 towards my Amazon card. And so that, in combination with the debt transfer that I made, is now at $0. And so that was my last credit card that I had, and I am no longer in credit card debt. And so that one was at $3,008 at the beginning of the month, and now it is at 0. My Wells Fargo number 1 received the rest of the $400, so this one received $352. In addition to the $51 minimum payment. And I just turned my page. So now this one is sitting at $1,863. My Wells Fargo number 2 did not receive any additional payments from my income. It did receive, I did transfer $2,392.37 into a federal student loan. Oops, there we go. So now this one is sitting at $10,000. $1,727. My Nissan did not receive an additional payment, so it is at $14,506. And my Fed loans, those are in forbearance, so I did not make any payments, but I did obviously take out that loan. So that one, I already have it calculated. It was a $10,250 loan. So it is at $35,657. So in additional payments, I paid $516. And my new ending balance is kind of a scary number, is at $62,753, which, you know, is the opposite. It's the opposite direction that we're going. But honestly, I'm not worried about it. I know that the tuition that was covered by the loan, I know I'm going to get it paid off next month, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I do want to calculate the progress that I did make. And how do I do that? So we're going with my starting balance, which was $58,684. And I'm going to subtract out, well, how did I do it? I don't remember how I did it. So I'm going to take the 58,684, and then I'm going to subtract out my ending balances. So let's do 1863 less 10,727 less 14,506 less my Fed loan. Hold on, I'm gonna pause and be right back. Okay, and I'm back. I figured it out. So basically, this is just really for my own reference. I'm taking my starting balance, which was a 58,684. I'm subtracting my ending balance, which is a 62,753. So this is how much my debt increased by. It was about $4,069. But I'm going to go ahead and take out the debt transfer. So that was 52. I'm going to round that to 48, which means if we're not counting the debt transfer and the tuition that I'm going to cash flow, I paid off, in a sense, $1,179. I'm not counting the tuition because I'm going to pay that off next month with my tax return and with the scholarship that I'm getting. So I know that not everybody agrees with it, but honestly, I don't care. That this is just what I'm doing, and I know that it is what'll work out best for me in the long run. I know that by transferring my loans to federal loans, I'm saving a couple $1,000s a year, and so I'm happy with that. And this is what I'm doing. So if you leave me comments, I'm gonna reply. So yeah. So basically, this is the amount that I paid, and then I'm gonna subtract out the payments that I made. 1179. I'm still not completely sold that this is right, but I'm just gonna say that it is. So that means that $81 went towards interest. And then I am just, the only debt that I'm tracking right now is everything except for my federal loans. So we have 1863 10,727, and then my car loan is at 14,506. So all of my loans that are not federal loans are at 2,000, or I wish, 27,096. So I'm gonna go ahead and update my trackers, which I have in my old budget notebook. I wasn't sure if I wanted to come up with a new system, but I think I'm just gonna keep them. Oh, whoops. Okay. Heck. Okay, so let's see. So January 1st, I had a balance of $33,276.04. And this year, I'm not really tracking cents too much, I think. So I'm just going to use rounded numbers. So on Feb 1st of 2021, I am at 27,096. And I'm putting a little asterisk right here because that was when I did a major debt transfer. I also did that back in November, or I think October, but it updated in November. So let's see how we're doing with my debt progress. This is just tracking my non-federal debt. Once I graduate school, and I know for a fact I will not need to take out any student loans, all my private loans are consolidated into federal loans, then I will create trackers for those. But up until that happens, I'm not going to be tracking that. So, what did I say it was at? 27,096. Am I in frame? Yes, I am. And so we started with 45,754, which is right here. Which means I have paid off and consolidated this debt by $18,658. Each little box is 635, so I divide it by that. And that means I should color in 29 boxes. So I know each one is 24. So I'm going to finish this guy up. And gray is the color that I'm using for January. So that was 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. These videos are always super long. I just feel like I have a lot to explain. But really, you don't owe an explanation to anybody. That is probably one of my biggest pet peeves, is when people tell other people what to do with their own business. Okay, so let's multiply this back by 635. So that is how much we paid off, 18,658. And I like to get a percentage. So the original was 45,754. So I'm at 40%. 40.77%. And I also am not a cheater, so I do like to distinguish how much was a transfer. So all of these right here, this was a debt transfer. So we did 5,248 divided by 635. So that means 8 of these lines were a debt transfer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means I did 2 boxes all on my own during January. Okay, so now let's go into my individual trackers. So Amazon is completely paid off, which is super satisfying. I will never go back into credit card debt because it really sucks. And I'm not gonna lie, I do not look forward to paying down my student loans, especially because these last ones are really, really big. You know, most of my undergrad loans were, I had a lot of them, or I have a lot of them, but they're small, whereas my graduate loans are very large. So I hope you don't hear my sibling like yelling in the background, because he's yelling in the background. Oof, okay. This isn't going very quickly. Okay, and then again in this one, I'm going to make lines through the ones that were a transfer, which is probably most of them. I made a minimum payment of $78 and then an additional payment of $164. Each line is $125. So I guess I'm going to do all of them except for one. I kind of wished I would have paid these guys down slower. I feel like that would have been a lot more satisfying, and then you could see the different colors. But honestly, I'm just kind of happy to get rid of it. So there's that guy. And actually, am I still recording? Yes. This is one of the longest videos I've done in a while. So this Amazon is paid off. I'm not completely celebrating because I know it's not. It's just transferred, but I'm just happy to be done with it. And I made that payment on 1/14/21. And these guys don't have a year. So these were done in 2020. Okay. And then for my Wells Fargo loan number 1, this one was deferred for like 3 months in 2020, so it accrued a lot of interest that I've been paying down. So the actual loan hasn't made like any progress up until this month. But it was originally at $2,241 at the beginning of this month, and it is now at $1,863, and it started at $2,282. So this one decreased by $419. This was all me with my minimum and additional payments. Each box is $95. So I get to color in 4 boxes in this guy. And I do really expect to get this paid off by like March. And then I have my Wells Fargo loan number 2. This is the one that had the big transfer. So it is now at $10,727. Which means a decrease by $2,542. Each box is $550. So I'm going to color in 4 boxes. These I did not pay myself. This was a transfer. So I don't think I for sure didn't pay $550. So all of these are going to get a line through it. And actually, I'm not sure if I made any progress this month on this last tracker. So it was at 14,506. We started at 16,317, and each box is 680. So we're at 2.66. So I'm not coloring one in, but I probably will next month. At least I hope I will next month. But that is it for my video, I think. You know, if you disagree with what I'm doing, that's perfectly fine. But you're not going to change my opinion, more than likely. But those of you that are not going to leave me comments, then I definitely appreciate y'all watching. I hope you guys continue to watch me on my journey and see how February goes. I'm very excited for the progress that I will make in February. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.